Hello, this is the Lord's Legion and welcome to the best villains ever, the show in which I talk about a film that I personally love and talk about their backstories, abilities, greatest feats and what have you. And since Logan is coming out, I decided to tackle Wolverine's most notorious nemesis, Sabretooth. So first, let's get into his brief backstory. Now because Victor Creed has been brainwashed countless times, his origin is a complete blur, and even if we do get stuff revealed, there's always that possibility that that could be a misconception or whether this could actually be true. But one of Victor's earliest memories was that he was abused by his father because of his mutation, and he first discovered his animal instincts by killing his brother only for a pie. Victor then eventually met with his nemesis Logan, but due to constant misconceptions and retcons, we have no idea as to how that came about. But in some versions, Sabretooth was very jealous of what Wolverine had, which led to Sabretooth tracking down Silver Fox, who was Wolverine's wife at the time, and proceeds to rape and kill her. And with that fatal moment was the catalyst that sparked the true rivalry between Wolverine and Sabretooth that will last through generations. Now Sabretooth has always been a terrifying villain purely because unlike Wolverine, who doesn't want to unleash his inner animal, Sabretooth purely embraces his inner instincts and decides to just torture his enemies through some of the worst ways possible. And in a similar fashion to the Joker, Sabretooth's backstory is almost non-existent. And because we don't really know too much about his upbringing or how he got to this mess, due to the countless brainwashers, this makes Sabretooth all the more of a sinister threat because we really don't know how he became this monster. Now considering Sabretooth is of course Wolverine's mortal enemy, therefore Sabretooth is bound to have a lot of powers, abilities and skills at his disposal. And for starters, much like Wolverine, Sabretooth is laced with adamantium bones. But not just his bones, but also his teeth and nails. And as we all know, adamantium is one of the most strongest metals in the Marvel universe, and also unbreakable. Sabretooth also has a rapid healing factor, and although not really explored, it has been hinted at that his healing factor is much better than Wolverine's. Not to mention Sabretooth has superhuman strength and is capable of breaking concrete and chains. Sabretooth is also very durable to the point where he's literally bulletproof. He also has superhuman speed and agility and is capable of dodging bullets. Not to mention that Sabretooth also has superhuman stamina, can also adapt to new environments dead easily, and of course has acute senses. And along with that, Sabretooth is also a close quarter combat expert and knows just as many fighting styles as Wolverine does. And due to his acute senses, Sabretooth is also a master tracker. Plus he is also an expert marksman. And although Sabretooth looks like a typical ruthless brute, Sabretooth does have a cunning mind and is also a master manipulator. Now over the years, Sabretooth has done quite a lot of feats. For starters, due to the fact that he's been around for centuries, Sabretooth has quite possibly one of the highest kill counts in the Marvel universe. Sabretooth has frequently been capable of overpowering Wolverine over the years, and has even broken his boned claws with his own bare hands. Speaking of his bare hands, he is also capable of crushing people's skulls, and even managed to decapitate a giant mantis's head with one karate chop. Sabretooth has also taken down Rogue, who is one of the most powerful X-Men of all time, overpowered Spider-Man in a fight, bitten right through a Wendigo in the neck with just his teeth, and tossed Wolfbane with just one arm, and Wolfbane weighs over 1,000 pounds. He could also take on a horde of ninjas by himself. And for a time, Sabretooth has even led the ninja organization, which is of course the Hand. One time, Sabretooth got brutally murdered by Wolverine, only to get sent to hell, crawl his way out of hell, and essentially cheat death. What's also worth noting is that Sabretooth is perfectly capable of fighting in the dark. His healing factor is so good that he survived getting stabbed in the heart and brush it off like it was nothing, got his jaw broken by Luke Cage, only for it to just heal within seconds, quickly regenerated after getting completely disintegrated, and could even regrow his limbs, and can grow at perfectly good conditions in a few seconds. And along with that, he also survived a battle against Red Onslaught alongside 2 giant Stark Sentinels. And when he got inverted during the Axis storyline, Sabretooth became a good guy, eventually joined the Avengers and the X-Men. Now, Sabretooth has been through a wide variety of other mediums and has also appeared in countless cartoons, but most times out of 10, Sabretooth has always been used as a secondary villain. And the only time Sabretooth becomes more prominent in cartoons is when Wolverine takes center stage, like in Hulk vs Wolverine for instance. He was also introduced in the very first X-Men film, however he was only used as a complete brute, but was then reintroduced in X-Men Origins Wolverine by Liev Schreiber. And despite how shitty that film was, Liev Schreiber did a wonderful job as Victor Creed, as he nailed down not only his animal instincts but also his cunningness as well. And he even had great rivalry with Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. And even if you hate this film, you can't deny that Liev Schreiber's Sabretooth was one of the best things in it. And of course he was also very prominent in the Ultimate Universe, and I honestly don't have any comments as I don't really read the Ultimates. Now, Sabretooth might not be one of the most sympathetic villains out there, however he is easily one of the most deadly and sinister villains we have in the Marvel Universe. And also what makes Sabretooth really work as a villain is the fact that he's such a brilliant mirror to Wolverine. And as I already stated earlier, Sabretooth is a character who embraces his animal instincts, which is something that Wolverine in particular avoids. And with that being said, just automatically makes Sabretooth all the more relentless, brutal, and just all around more dangerous than Wolverine. And also what I really like about Sabretooth is the fact that he could be both a brute as well as a cunning hunter. So because of how twisted he really is, the fact that he's the perfect mirror for Wolverine as well as managing to ruin his life, not to mention that he could be both brains and brawn, and just purely how vicious he really is, this is why I claim Sabretooth, in my opinion, to be one of the best villains of all time. So are you a fan of Sabretooth, and what is your favourite incarnation of this villain? Plus, are you excited to see Logan? Comment below and share some thoughts. And as always, thank you guys for watching this video, please like and subscribe, take care and have a good one.